We just heard about so many of the initiatives from the UAE government side and from the royal family side in Pakistan, and I would like to also share that sentiment that Mr. Amjad just shared with us. There's always been a big love, certainly from the times of Sheikh Zayed, Allah yarhamah, with his interest in Pakistan. But equally, from the Emirati side, we can also share some of the contributions of Pakistan, some of the areas where Pakistan has worked closely to help the United Arab Emirates. And one of those famous stories is the story of the formation of Emirates. Even before the formation of Emirates, the Pakistan Air Force had, a huge role in the development of the United Arab Emirates Air Force. Until today, a number of the Air Force pilots and trainers come from the Pakistan Air Force. So there has been a long-standing link in aviation, in particular, between the two countries. And the story of Emirates, everybody knows it. When Sheikh Mohammed decided to form his own airline for this city, to break away from the Gulf Air and go for more independence, open skies, to really unleash the potential that he saw in Dubai, which he's been proven right, of course. But at that time, today Dubai is a world leader and UAE is a world leader in aviation. But at that time, there was no experience. Danata was an old company, but in pure aviation, maybe in those days, Pakistan had a lot more, especially because of its air force. Anyway, in those days, I think Sheikh Mohammed approached the government of Pakistan. I think Zia al-Haq was the president at the time. And not only did PIA lease two aircraft, I think it was a Boeing 737 and an Airbus 300, but also pilots, crew, ground staff, training to get this plane set up. And it wasn't, that was in 1984. And it wasn't until 1987 that Emirates actually got its own planes of its own. So, even today, there are more than 6,000 Pakistanis working in Emirates very well. And, Emirates is a great success story for the United Arab Emirates. And it's nice that, amongst the many contributions of the Pakistani community and the Pakistani nation to UAE, this is a very public one and a very beautiful story.